By Bradley Bowman. He's the Senior Director at the Centre on Military and Political Power at the Foundation for the Defence of Democracies, the FDD. Good evening to you. Thank you for being with us. Tell us, this organisation was created back in 2001. Why are the Saudis joining now?
You know, I think the relationship between Saudi Arabia and China continues to grow. There's a diplomatic angle. There's certainly an economic angle, as your lead-in highlighted. And increasingly, there's going to be a security angle. We know a review of history tells us that military commitments and follow economic interest, and that was true for the United States. It's true for the British, and it's true for Saudi Arabia. It's true for China and the Middle East now. But more broadly than that, right? We have this big agreement between Iran and Saudi Arabia and China, and I think Saudi Arabia hopes that China can hold the Islamic Republic of Iran accountable for some of its commitments in a way that the United States can't. And so I think there's a lot of things going on here, but there's the hope that China will hold Tehran accountable to its commitments, and there's concern that the United States is not politically reliable in the Middle East, even though security cooperation between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia continues at an impressive pace.
Well, do you think Riyadh has made the right call there? Do you think Beijing can hold Tehran to account moving forward?
I have no evidence to suggest that the Islamic Republic of Iran will reform or moderate in any way the strategy that is pursued since 1979. I think it's a fool's errand, but I can't blame the Saudis for trying. There is no partner for Saudi Arabia other than the United States. I'm biased, but I'm also trying to be objective. And there is no country in the world that has the combat power in the region and that can flow into the region quickly in the way that the United States can, and Riyadh understands that.
Well, what is the U.S. response to this then? This deal was signed a couple of weeks ago, and it came completely out of the blue for most people, including many in Washington. What has been the response? What do the Americans plan to do moving forward?
You know, I think there's tension politically, as I said, in the relationship between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia right now related to Yemen, although I think that's improving. There's obviously was the deplorable killing of Khashoggi, and there was the kerfuffle, if you will, around Saudi oil exports a while back. I think the bottom line is this is a long-standing security partnership between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia. Both countries understand that, and there's a path forward. The question is whether there's political will to pursue it. All the while, below the surface, the Pentagon and the Saudi security forces continue to work together in impressive ways, moving toward a security architecture that one day could also include Israel.
Well, the optimists say that the US moving out and China moving in could mean a more stable and peaceful Middle East. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think the premise is wrong. The U.S. is not moving out. I know everyone in the region is saying that, but the facts don't support it. I understand the Afghanistan withdrawal was a debacle, and I would say a mistake, but the United States maintains significant forces in the region, and I would point your viewers to the Juniper Oak exercise, which was unlike anything any country in the world could have conducted with Israel. And so we are there, but if we did leave, that would be a mistake, and the people smiling and waving the most, if the United States were to leave, would be the Chinese, because they're moving into the Middle East.
Bradley Bowman, great to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.